the seekers, barefoot and wide-eyed.
My eyes are not that wide. I've noticed
Hands
this.
to the sky. And questions
Gotta stay away from that
inside.
stuff.
My shoulders jacked up. I can't put my hands in the sky.
The ache in our bones, not for answers, but to feel we're not alone. This is the journey, not a map, but a spark. We walk the unknown with wide open hearts.
Open that heart, Sean.
Sharing the moment.
Stuff that back down in there.
The shift in the sun.
We have a lot of fun with this.
So you don't have to walk it alone. This
Next time you're on your own, though. I'm out. Next time I'm out, I'm going my own way.
We try
We can't do anything without you, though.
I know.
Yeah.
breath and the flame.
All right, it looks like we're live on Big Mama Radio. We're also going live right now
We call
on
it
The
by
Journey.
name.
There we go. We are live on The Journey.
not a map, but a flame.
Come on, one, come on on.
Bring back the stories, the shift in the night, so you can decide what feels deeply right. This is your journey, and you are the light.
Hey, Christy.
Hi, Christy. Welcome. So happy to see our friend.
And this is the song that never ends.
Hey, there's a song like that.
That's right.
We try the old
See?
way.
I told you.
Breath and
We're giving them time to jump in.
we sit with the silence.
We don't want them to
The
miss
silence.
this conversation today. It is
The
going to
silence.
be really good.
The blessed silence I dream of.
Decide what feels
You might want to practice that later.
Oh.
Oh, she's singing some of us that.
Palo Santo. I can
Yes.
smell it from here.
Ah.
I love it. All right, let's go ahead and share this on our community page too. So we've got a fun day today. Oh, there we go.
That's an awesome song. I don't like the way it fakes me out. It makes me think it's over in the middle.
Really?
That part of it is frustrating.
Maybe I did that on purpose.
Just for you.
You didn't do that. I did that. I did that to myself.
Oh, you guys, welcome to another episode of The Journey, the human experience to spiritual enlightenment. I am Betty Cody, and I have with me today, let's go down the road with our returning in-house. I'm going to say you're like you're in-house. Forget
She's
it.
our
You're
guest,
not a guest
our
no
guest
more.
co-host, our co-host.
Go
guest.
ahead, Anna.
Yeah.
Tell who you are and who you're with.
Thank you so much. I'm Anna with Cascading Sounds for the Soul, a musical meditation. You'll find me at a lot of local venues and collaborating with Benny and Sean on some beautiful sound and breath work. We'll see you at Ascension on Saturday.
On Saturday, yes, we're
27th
doing the
at 7
Phoenix.
p.m. The Phoenix, yes, it's going
So
to be
excited.
amazing.
And I also have my regular here, my other half, Sean Cody.
I'm the regular. I'm the host. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
He's here. He's here. And we have a very, very special guest. And I'm going to let you ask the question today, the first question.
Oh, I think you should actually introduce her first.
Yes, absolutely. So today we have Joanna Salerno. Help me pronounce your last name. Salerno. Is that correct? See, I almost got it. I got it.
So-
And she wrote a wonderful book that we actually had the pleasure of reading, and we're going to be talking about that. And it's about the Akashic Records and a little bit about her. And do you want to tell us a little bit about your book and where they can find it? Let's start there. And I know you also have a website.
Yeah. So the name of my book is Whispers of the Soul, A Journey into the Akashic Records. It's a kind of a mini ebook, And what it talks about is my journey with the Akashic Records, how I came into knowing about the Akashic Records and what the Akashic Records have meant for me. Some of the stories in there are about some of the readings that I've done. I've been reading the records professionally for 13 years now, going on 14, and have read hundreds and hundreds of clients, and each reading is unique and different. And so my book started out as just a blog post. I hadn't blogged in a while, and I just got, the writing bug, and I started blogging. I started writing this blog post, and it turned into more than a blog post. And I'm like, well, what am I going to? It's too small for a regular book, but how about an ebook? So
Yeah.
here it went, and yeah, it's been quite a thrill. But now I'm working on expanding that, and it will be a regular book in print at some point.
Nice.
Nice.
So Joanna, one of the first questions we like to ask all of our guests is, that's kind of the quest of the show is, what does enlightenment mean to you?
Yeah. So enlightenment to me um is is to uh, allow spirit to inform me, to listen to spirit and my internal self rather than the external world, right?
Mhm.
Enlightenment is to put a different set of glasses on and looking at the bigger picture from a soul's point of view, or rather, spirit's point of view. And so, um, am I enlightened? I think I have my moments of being more enlightened than others, but we live in a very dense, energetic world. And so sometimes I'm driving in my car cursing out the other drivers. So how enlightened is that?
Very
But we
much
ask
so for them.
forgiveness right away.
We try.
Well,
We
I
try.
try. I
Yeah.
try. I'm a hippie at heart, so it's like I try peace and love. I
Yeah.
try to,
That's awesome.
walk the enlightened path, but I fail.
It ain't an easy road we
No.
travel,
That's awesome. And
but it is
that's one of the
rewarding.
it's one of the fun reasons we ask that question is because, if you try to look it up, it's something different to every single buddy and in every single instance and in every single thing. So it's been an interesting thing to get people's take on.
Yeah.
We do have Sean on here. Hi, Sean. He's saying hello, wonderful evening. We also
Oh, Sean
have
Kilroy.
yeah.
Hey.
We have William Matthews
Tarot
on here.
King.
He says, I missed you guys. We missed you too. Thank you guys for popping in. We appreciate you.
Yeah, we would have been here last week for you guys, but Betty wouldn't let me work on my birthday, so
Lies, all
you're
lies.
out of here.
But we have missed you. So we're going to talk a little bit about this book. And one of the things that I found very, very interesting was how young you were when you started finding an interest in this other world, I guess that we could say. It's the same world, but at that moment, it kind of feels like another world. Tell us about that and how you came across the books. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah. So, I was 10. We moved into a new house, and I was like a Nancy Drew freak. So I don't know if anybody knows what Nancy Drew, but there was always a mystery,
Yeah.
And so the attic stairs were down one day, and in our other house, we didn't have that kind of attic. We had an attic, but not with stairs. And so, I looked up the stairs, and I'm like, oh, wonder what's up there. Must be, a mystery. What am I going to find? And I walked up the stairs, and there wasn't that much in the attic, except in the corner was a old trunk. Well, Nancy Drew, an old trunk in the attic. I mean, it sounds like a title of a book, right?
Right.
And I was just I read everything I could get my hands on. So I went over and opened the trunk, and there was all these books. There was 2 books that, I brought down to my bedroom with me, and one was Norman Vincent Peale, The Power of Positive Thinking, which was my Bible for many years. I came from, I was, uh born in New Jersey, came from a kind of dysfunctional family, you could say.
Yeah.
And that book, The Power of Positive Thinking, really helped me. Well, the other book was Edgar Cayce,
Hmm.
and it was The Sleeping Prophet. And I don't know, that intrigued me. And even though I didn't understand it, I kept reading it like all through, middle school. And it was just there. Those two books were always around no matter what other books I was reading. And so that's where I learned the Akashic Records, and it fascinated me.
That's awesome.
That is, and back in that day, those kind of things would be considered like voodoo.
Yeah, that's why they were up in
You
the attic in the corner.
Exactly.
Oh,
Definitely
yeah.
Nancy Drew, but trunk in the attic.
So as you started kind of getting into this and I noticed that it was one of those things that sparked your interest. And then of course life happens, you start growing up, things, you do the normal teenager thing and everything. And then what drew you back? What was that moment that you said, I gotta I remember this, I read this stuff, I need to look into it again.
Yeah. I think it happened after I had taken a class with Barbara Brennan and was just looking into different things, all kinds of things, spiritual things. Um, and something came across my awareness that there was classes that you could take to learn the Akashic Records. So I started following, and I tried to remember how I came across my teacher. His name is Ernesto Ortiz. And I just don't remember, but I know that I signed up for his emails and was getting his emails. And he always taught these classes in Bali or France or wherever. And I just, didn't think that that was a possibility for me to get there. Well, one day I get an email from him
Mhm.
saying, "Oh, I happen to be stranded in Miami for the
Yeah.
next month, and I'm thinking about having a class." Well,
Nothing lined that up, huh?
Right?
really, really, right? And so I signed up, and it was for level 1, and when I got to Miami after the first day, he said, I'm here for a while. This is a great class. I think I'm gonna do all the levels in one time." So I called up my job. I was working in Naples at the Golden Door at the time as a massage therapist, and I said, "I need time off," and they wouldn't give it to me. So I
Oh,
lost my job.
Mm.
oh no.
I chose the training instead of working. So,
Wow.
but I knew that this was something that I was called to. As a healing touch practitioner and as a spiritual director at the time, I was already getting messages. I was already having those lucid dreams. I had had the dream that my husband was gonna die. I had the dream that my brother was gonna die years before that. I
Mhm.
was having dreams of prophecy already. I
Wow.
didn't want to acknowledge that because what I was hearing or messages I was getting was always the ones that you never want
Right.
to know, right? But I did have those dreams of prophecy, and I started really realizing that there was something more to what my life was as a mom, as a wife. There was something more happening, and it's scary, not
Yeah.
easy.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
information. So let's for anybody that's new and following us, the Akashic Records. What exactly is that, and where can we find them?
Well, you have to go up
Can you
to the
send me a link? Just,
internet.
just send me a link. I'm gone. I'm on
Yeah.
it.
Let's let's travel. When I have my galleries, because 'cause I'll have galleries with, people for the Akashic Records, I do a meditation that takes us up into the records. But to answer your question, the Akashic Records is a vast library that each person has a book that's been recorded of their soul's journey from every incarnation that they've ever had. Every thought, every experience, every action is recorded. And it's like Alexa does to us now.
Yeah,
It's recording everything, right? So
definitely.
Alexa is the Akashic Records. No. So, and then, the way to access them is the way I access them is with a pathway prayer that's been handed down for many, many, many years. And even in the Bible and in the Quran, they talk about the book of knowledge or the book of life, it's referred to. It's known in every religion about this vast library that holds our soul's stories. And
Mhm.
so accessing that really gives a lot of clarification to our lives. When you're ready and a person is ready to ask those bigger questions
Mhm.
of who am I? Why am I here? That's the where the records come in to tell them and give them that kind of clarity. Why are we here? Why are we, you know, in this dense energy where, there's struggle and suffering and there's joy and happiness? But, you know, w- one thing that the masters and teachers tell me all the time, we have free will. We have free will, but there's also openings for us to walk through these over these thresholds or not. So if somebody has an interest in spirituality, for instance, it's their free will whether they're going to cross that threshold to learn more about what that is or to completely shut down and just live in the third dimensional world. And the masters and teachers have no judgment. It's just where we are, right? And
Mhm.
we get to choose. Um for ourselves what experience we wanna have.
Do these records, do you find, I mean, in your experience of different people, obviously they have different questions, but are people looking more about the past, the present, or the future? Or like what kind of direction do they usually come in and ask for access to those records?
I would say all of it, it's a mixed bag. Some people are really curious because they're so unhappy in their experience that they're having, and so they're curious about what are the lessons that I'm supposed to learn from this. So and of course, purpose always comes up because, I think that's something we're all curious about.
Mhm.
And some people are purely focused on their ancestral lineage. And so there's two lineages, right? There's the ancestral lineage that is your biology, your parents, grandparents, great grandparents, and there's the lineage of your soul. And so sometimes opening the records is like the room fills up. There's people or beings coming in from the past lives that they've lived and their current life, the passed on loved ones that they have in their family in this incarnation.
Mhm.
So and they get to ask questions of, some people are grieving and they really want to hear from their passed on loved ones that they're okay. I do not consider myself a psychic medium. I do not call myself a medium, but I am open to receiving messages from passed on loved ones to help to comfort the ones that remain here, and that's kind of such a big gift for me to be able to do that for them, you
Yes.
know.
Did you I know in the book you do talk about there was people that have messages for, people that had passed on had messages for the person that was going there for the Akashic Records information, and does that happen very common? Is it people that they normally know that have passed on, or do you see like even further than that? Like maybe like a soul family that they may not be aware of, that it kind of comes in to give a message.
Yes, that happens. It happens. I don't know if I say frequently, but I'm not surprised by anything. There are some times ancestors will come in that they've never met or didn't even know, and they have designated themselves as a guide for that person in that lifetime, and they have no awareness or knowing of that, right?
Mhm.
But they'll come in and say, "Oh, yeah, I'm your great-great-grandfather on your mother's side, and I've been, your
Yeah.
guide the last however many years," and things like that. I love when spirits show themselves to me. Sometimes it's just a knowing that I get, and other times they're shown up in their clothes that they're wearing, and I get to describe them because they're so vivid
Oh,
and
nice.
come in And it's really interesting, and it's a dance for me because I'm human. And sometimes I'm like, in my own mind, I'm saying, is this for real? Like, one guy showed up in a leather jacket and, real tough looking Fonzie looking guy,
Mhm.
you know? And, I think I might have wrote about
You
that in
did.
my
I think
book,
you
but
did.
Hmm.
Yeah.
yeah, and it's just fascinating that that woman who came for that reading hadn't thought about him in years and years and years, and he came in, and so it's just it's fascinating to me.
I
Um,
noticed that the theme in your book a lot is it's very loving, and the way that you express people coming to look into the Akashic records, and it says that you will receive what you are meant to receive, right? So basically, there's sometimes there's things that you got to work on that you have to heal, because a lot of that was in your book. They had challenges or grief that they were holding on to, that they never talked about, especially that one with that young man. He was not hiding something, but he just wasn't. It was so private that nobody knew about it, and having that release of just releasing with you to say, "Oh my goodness, like yeah, that's true." How did that impact his life, and to be able to do that?
well, he got to release a lot of the guilt that he had felt. You're talking about the one whose aborted daughter came in, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I mean, he cried, and he was a very stoic guy, and he just he could not he was such a non-believer. His girlfriend made him have this reading, and, I usually discourage that. If you're reluctant, it's okay that
Hmm.
you don't have, but he was kinda, and so after that, he did become a believer, and it changed his perspective on, the spirit world. It changed his perspective on everything, like, and that release for him was really helpful. Unfortunately, about a year later, he passed,
Oh
and I
wow.
always have this image of my in my mind that his his daughter, his little guardian angel that didn't get to be born, met him there, and they were reunited, and it's such a
Mm.
beautiful feeling. You know, I was given the name Healer of Hearts, and throughout all my work as a craniosacral therapist, healing touch practitioner, Akashic record reader, I write about that in the book about how it was hard to step into that name when I was given that name, and it took quite a few years to do that. But after beginning the records for myself, because I read my own records, uh, that is truly, one of my purposes to come here and help. I can't heal their hearts, but I can show them what love and healing looks like so they can work towards that, whether they come to me and one-on-one on my table or in a class that I teach or, for a reading or whatever. I feel a very strong responsibility to show people what unconditional love looks like.
So can anybody actually access those records if they really become connected to the process and healing certain things? Can, like, let's say if I get to the point where I am comfortable enough to try to do that, is that something I can do?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, sometimes people are accessing in their dreams and they don't even realize it, right?
Really?
So I access, in my training, I access through that pathway prayer, and, actually, I'm developing a class right now, to teach the Akashic Records. It's gonna be a 6-month mentorship class, so there is certain things to learn, And that is, allowing yourself to step aside so the channeling can come in, having a daily meditation practice, learning, how to raise your frequency, learning what it feels like to cross that veil and get the information. But, I have a CD that I recorded called Psychic Activation, and in it, I talk about how we are living with this field of intelligence around us, right? That
Mhm.
is accessible by anyone at any time.
Tamara is one of our
Yeah.
Tamara is one of our listeners. She says she signed up for your class. So just whenever you're ready, just call
She
her.
says, "Oh, cool."
Just call her and let her know.
She's there.
And then Betty and I will be there also. Go ahead and send the bill to Tamara as well.
We're in.
We're in. We're all in.
This is such an interesting thing because I feel like I never, you know how like, you never really hear about something till you start hearing about it. And so like ever since we started on our journey and then Akashic Records started coming, I'm like, where is that? Who's got it? Like, where is it? And then like the conversations kind of evolved. Right, like where's it at? And it's becoming like more and more like the more people that we talk to, it's like I'm surprised how aware so many people are about the Akashic Records and how interested they're at.
Apparently, Tamara. You taught her tuning forks.
Oh,
Yeah.
very cool.
Hi, Tamara.
I think Tamara's going to be at the Phoenix one too, and
Yes.
Joanna's going to be there as well.
Yeah.
So, do you have any questions for her, Sean? I know you've been looking about Akashic Records forever. Go for
Now
it.
you put me on the spot. I was
am.
focusing
I'm
on the
putting you
fact
on
that
there.
Tamara knew her already. I was on somewhere else.
I
What?
know a lot of people, Sean.
There you go. There you go. So what? Oh, now I don't
I
know
was
lots of
filling
words.
them in
Now-
on the galleries. I said it's a nice
Yeah.
way to get your feet
Yes.
wet, so to speak. I said, so you need to get a little gallery going, and we'll all be
For
in,
sure.
in
I have one
attendance.
scheduled at Ascension. as a matter
Okay.
of fact.
Well, we'll have
On
to talk to Tony.
Friday the 16th. Let me see. I think it's Friday in October.
Okay, well, we'll talk to Tony and get ourselves
We'll
on the
probably
list.
be there.
Yeah, and we can put it on our
We were going
journey
to talk
page,
about the
too.
cranial thing. What is that about? Because
Yes,
I don't
and
even know
I
what that
mentioned
is.
that
So
as well
I could
to them.
definitely understand hearing about that one.
Yes, he was curious about
Cranial sacrum?
sacral.
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 Craniosacral. It is the 17th of October.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's at Ascension here in in Cape Coral on Pine
Right.
Island.
Yes.
in Cape Coral. So craniosacral therapy. You have the perfect head for craniosacral
I
therapy.
hear that a lot. I hear that a lot. Everybody wants to use my head for something.
Yeah, right? I can get right in there. So craniosacral is a modality that I have studied since I graduated from massage school. Because remember, my story is that I was a healing touch practitioner. I wanted to do my work, but in Florida, you have to have a license to touch, right?
Mhm.
And so I went to massage school kicking and screaming just to be able to do my healing touch work, and was introduced to craniosacral therapy, which to me is the perfect marriage of the physical body meeting the subtle energy bodies, right? So craniosacral therapy is a light touch modality with clothes on, and the touch is the weight of a nickel, 5 grams, right? So
Mhm.
it's a very light touch, and my hands are behind your head and along the spinal cord and in different things. What it mainly does is relaxes that central nervous system, allows the body to go into a deep state of relaxation, and we call it unwinding. So everything that is holding a pattern in the body begins to unwind so that you feel it's some people describe it as an out of body experience. Some people describe it as feeling like they've had a week's vacation in an hour session,
Hmm.
because it's
I need that.
of relaxation.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, we're in. Run them in there.
Yeah, it is something that really helps people in pain. I've worked with wounded warriors for PTSD, so it helps
Awesome.
with trauma. Helps with TMJ, sleep, migraine headaches. So that's on the physical, and on the spiritual, it helps you to come home to your beingness, right?
Mm.
Because everything's quiet, and you get to just be in the state of that expansion rather than contraction that the world brings us, right? So we want to be in an expanded state. That's when we feel bliss and joy and love for self. And so craniosacral helps with that. If you have nothing physically wrong with you, I still say come and get craniosacral therapy, right? And craniosacral therapy, along that umbrella, I do what is called somato-emotional release work. That's where we release energetic cysts that are in the body, holding a pain pattern or holding an emotional pattern. And I do heart-centered therapy, which is a dialoguing process where we actually dialogue with the trauma that you've had. And we work on uh, going into those fragmented soul pieces that we've left behind because of trauma, and we bring them together. So there's a wholeness that comes together within the person. So yeah, hope that answered your question.
So would that help with the like if you did the cranial and then do the cash the Akashic records like right after? Can you do is that something you could do like together or like one after the other or like
I do that a lot together, as a matter of fact. People will come in because remember, I always do the cranio before the Akashic records because then they're at a place of relaxation. If I did the records before the cranio, their mind would be going about what they just learned, and that wouldn't give them the ability to relax and clear their mind, right?
Yeah.
So, and like I told you before the show, I started experimenting with having somebody on the table uh,
Two
while I'm
birds.
doing the
Beautiful.
craniosacral and opening the records while they're on the table. And so there's
Wow.
always a medical intuitive piece that comes in with the Akashic records. Like sometimes before, most of the time, I'll do a body scan
Mhm.
and I'll do a remote viewing of their home to make sure that the energy in their home, it feels, is conducive to the quality of life that they want, if there's anything being held in the home, as well as things in the body. So, the masters and teachers give me this beautiful gift of awareness of, if there is a problem in the body that they're experiencing and
Yeah.
what they can do. Sometimes they give advice of you need more water or you need more
Mhm.
vitamin D. The masters and teachers will
They
just,
know.
tell them what they need. So it's kind of cool.
It's two ends in there. We're gonna put your website because I saw that your website has a way to be able to schedule as well and have your head also has your information. So it's
Yeah.
Joanna Salerno.com. It's two ends. So
Yeah. Yeah,
Don't worry about my
joannasalerno.com.
typos. I got
there
it.
we go. He has
There's
typos.
a
There it is.
there's a contact form that they can request a uh, a clarity call for 15 minutes. I offer a complimentary clarity call if they have questions, or they can just get in touch with me to book a session. And this is going away soon. I'm actually working on still going to be joannasalerno .com, but
Mhm.
looking to do a refresh, which is in process.
Very cool. So your website does have all these links on here,
Mhm.
and including events and classes, all kinds of stuff on here. So if you guys are interested, book online. We're going to post the link to her website on our chat as well, and I do believe it's on the Journey page as well. But you can contact her directly if you're interested in any of those things. I already have a checklist of things I want to do. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's get you in there.
Can How do you feel about recording one of Sean? Can we do one with him live? What do you think, Sean? Can we put that
Well,
for
if
the
you have
show?
his permission.
Yeah, I just got volunteered. I'm cool with that though.
I have actually done galleries on Zoom live. And so somebody moderates the questions coming in,
Mhm.
and then and that's how the galleries work. I gather with I've had to cap it to 15 people because at one point I was getting 20, 25 people at a gallery, and that's a little too much, right?
So let's set one up. Let's set one up. We'll do one and record it and play it on the live, and we'll
So
talk
the
about it.
recording, one on Zoom I did that. The questions were just fed to me, and they're anonymous, so I don't know who's asking
No,
them.
I'll write my own questions.
You
I don't
do.
need anybody else asking my questions.
No, you write
Yeah.
your own question.
You write your
Yeah,
own
we just do
question.
one-on-one with me, and we'll record it, and
You
then
know, you don't
we'll talk
understand what
about
she's
it.
saying. She did a group one, and then you would
Oh.
write your question. She wouldn't say your name; they were just anonymous, so you knew
Oh,
when she
that'd
was
be cool,
answering
too.
your question.
Let's do both.
See, you're in. You also have a comment here from Darlene that says Joanna's craniosacral is incredible. So she is what's the last name in there? Carswell?
Hi,
Yes.
Darlene Carswell, my buddy.
Nice.
You know,
And I was also telling him about my floating craniosacral, which was out of this
Oh, yeah, I
world.
do aqua cranio in the pool,
Yeah.
which is like a rebirthing session. That's
Beautiful.
yeah.
How long are these sessions for? Like when you go in and do like the Akashic Records, let's say how long does that vary per person, or is there like a
I
pretty
offer hour or 90-minute readings. So, you can choose whether you want an hour or 90 minutes. Sometimes couples will come in together,
Mhm.
and that will be like a 90-minute reading because they'll both have different questions to ask as
There you go.
individuals and then
You
as
should do it.
couples. I love doing couple readings. I think they're just so cool to do. And especially if, it gives them a way of insight to one another's you know, uh, inner world, I would say.
That's pretty cool. I would definitely do that. I want to know what makes you tick.
You've already found out. You've already found out a couple times. It wouldn't be the first.
Oh, and you guys, if you're on here on the chat, I see a lot of people that are giving you a lot of praise, Joanna, on here. If you want to answer or ask any questions, feel free. We will be happy to ask on your behalf. So any questions that you have, feel free to drop them in the
I can't
comments.
see who's in here, so you can tell me. I guess I can go on my phone and see who's in here. I don't know.
Yeah,
You
there's
can
a
go
few.
rewatch and see what's going on.
Oh
too.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. There we go. We put up your website right now so they can take a look. Healer of the Hearts. How did you get that name?
Well, that's a story. So when I was in school for spiritual direction, I was in my first year program, a 3-year program, and we had a retreat, and it was 1 day of silence. And so we were asked to walk around the grounds and to gather what we found, stones or sticks or whatever, to place on an altar that was going to be built, right? And this is before healing touch. This is before, all of the woo-woo stuff that I do. And so, of course, I followed instructions and gathered up some things, and we were told to ask God for the name that He gave us at our birth, right?
Mhm.
So I didn't know what the heck. I'm like, I don't know. And so I'm like, and they said not to overthink it. That were the instructions. So I came back into the room, and it had candles all over, and this altar was built, and we were told to place our items at the altar and speak our name. I still, in my thinking mind and my logical mind, had no idea, right? And then as I placed my things on the altar, out from my mouth came Joanna, healer of hearts. And
Oh.
I had no idea what that meant. I was like, "Well, that kinda sounds arrogant, doesn't it?"
No.
I love it.
Tamara is asking if your Akashic records can change.
Oh, they evolve. So they evolve. And as we evolve, as our souls evolve, as our lessons are learned, yes, they can evolve. Always remembering that we have free will. Always. That's one of the gifts of humanity that we get to choose.
Am I able to look at somebody else's Akashic records? Because that'd be interesting.
What was that?
I just come in and look at somebody else's Akashic records. We can record that one. I can pick some random people.
Are you able to see other Akashic records that are not your own, or is that exclusive to you? Like each individual. Can I go look at Anna's, or if I wanted to see her Akashic records? Or am I
Well,
only
not without her permission.
Ah.
So
Mm,
the
go ahead.
pathway prayer, in the pathway prayer that I read, it asks for that permission. That's what I'm asking for, to be able to see and know what it is available for me to pass on, right? So that's part of the prayer.
We were wondering that too, how that worked. Because we always were like, is it like a private record? Like, is it only for me and like nobody else can come in and look at it, right? Like if I don't give them access to it, right? I would think that's pretty cool. Let me see. Do we have any more questions on here? That was a good question, Tamara. All right. We have some things that are coming up. We're going to be seeing you definitely on next Saturday, right? So we're going to have Joanna over there. We're going to be doing the Phoenix breathwork.
That's not next Saturday. That's this Saturday.
That's this Saturday. Oh my goodness, it's
This
creeping
Saturday,
up.
the
2 days from
27th.
now.
In 2 days, we're going to be at Ascension. We are definitely going to be doing the sound bath with Anna, cascading sounds for the soul. And we're doing the breath work, which is the Phoenix. This one is our empowerment one. If you guys came to the last one, which was our Sea to Star, was more of a release of and healing. This one is definitely your call to empowerment. This is, you are the Phoenix. So that was a very, very amazing thing that we kind of came together, and Sean does the binaural beats and creating music for it, and of course all of the sound bath that comes together with so much love and just we come together as community. So I'm really super excited
So excited.
to have it
Even-
happen.
Yeah, even the bowls that are recorded are correlated with the Phoenix Rising. And
Mhm.
I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, we put in a lot of work to line this up to this one.
Yeah.
I
So there's-
wasn't going to be able to come because my daughter was flying in and her flight was getting in at 6. But she had to postpone her trip until the 25th. And the
See?
first thing I thought, oh, I'm so disappointed. I'm not going to get to see my daughter. Oh, yay. I get to see It was like the same time, the same thought entered my mind. Oh, now I can go.
It is a beautiful experience.
Yeah.
It really is.
Christy had another question, if we can. It's
Yes.
what is the difference between a past life regression versus Akashic records?
Yeah. So a past life regression will take you into typically one lifetime. And so it's a story of, I mean, you can have multiple past life regressions, but typically you're only being taken to one lifetime to help to maybe resolve some of the things that you carried forward from that lifetime. In the Akashic records, yes, you can access or you can ask the question of a past lifetime, but it's not explored in the way that a past life regression is. Because the masters and teachers always tell me, we want, they want us to focus on the present moment, this lifetime, more than past lifetimes, because this is the one we're being lived. And it's just like for any of us, living in the past doesn't get us to move forward into the future. And so they're the same way. Now they'll tell you about their past lives. Sometimes they say that's not relevant to what you're experiencing now. But say if you have finished business from a past life,
Mhm.
they will bring that forward for you to learn that so that you can resolve it in this lifetime. Because we're repeating lessons all the time. If we don't get it in this lifetime, life is long for a soul. Might be short for us as humans in this incarnation, but it's long for a soul. So if there's a particular lesson that our soul, and because of free will, we haven't learned it yet, we'll come back to have a redo. And it's very interesting because sometimes 3 or 4 lives will be lived before we get that.
I'm pretty stubborn. I might go 10 or 12.
Yeah.
Maybe, right? Maybe.
Gonna do it.
You gotta
Oh.
learn to break the chain.
That's it.
Yeah, right? Yeah, do I have to come back? I get that question a lot. Do I have to come back?
Right. You're
Well,
like,
maybe. Well, let's see how you do in this lifetime.
is it a choice or is it get back in there? Get back in
Well,
there.
sometimes we volunteer. I feel like a lot of the souls that are living in human body right now have volunteered to be here at this time because we're at a definitely transformational time on the earth plane, you know?
Yeah.
Tamara's in our chat. She's talking about our last session with the journey, which was the C2 star.
Mhm.
And she says that it was amazing. And she was somewhere else for a bit, and it took quite a few minutes to come back to get to reality to drive home.
I love it. Thank you so much. I mean,
Thank you.
it was a very, very moving night. Just the energy from everybody that was there. It's like you could feel that everybody was together in not only like there for themselves, but they were there for everybody else. Like they were sharing in the moment of we want everybody to heal. We want everybody to find themselves and just know that we're together. We're community. That was so important and beautiful.
The
It is
intention
that
we put that
unity.
together with really came together that night under those trees. It was just it was amazing.
It was
amazing
perfect.
night.
I mean, and the way the skies cleared up in the breeze, it was just perfect.
Meant to be.
Perfect. Yeah. And it's in that unity and the sharing of energy that's so loving, and you just can't get
I
enough.
can't wait. How many people are you expecting?
We can actually do up to 90 people, but we're not expecting anywhere near that. We figure,
I'd be real
somewhere
happy
around
if we had like
somewhere
20.
around half of that will be
Yeah.
out there.
I seen like just like in the Facebook, just looking at people wanting to go to the event or interested in the event. We have 53 responded. So, give or take. There's always people that, say they want to go and things happen, but there's a lot of interest. 21 are saying going, 32 interested. So let's see.
And show up because there's space. We're outdoors. They're
Yes, it is
wireless
outdoors.
headsets.
The wireless headsets
So,
can get
yeah.
up to a football field away in any direction, so
Yeah.
people can go out into the empty lots where they feel comfortable. They can go pretty much anywhere they want around the
Sit
store.
in your car with the AC on if you have to, But
That would make me nervous. I don't know if I want people doing breath work behind the wheel of a vehicle.
But I'm just saying though, if you didn't sign up, come on down anyway. There's space.
Yeah,
There's
we
space.
definitely have space. And it's going to be a beautiful night for all of us.
Bring your meditation blankie. We'll find a spot.
No,
right,
I mean,
right. Unless Anna's your passenger, apparently, because she thinks it's a good idea.
if you're afraid of a little heat, why
Right?
not?
Oh my goodness, you guys, we are having such a great time. And do we have any more questions for Joanna?
That is it at the moment.
That's it. Anna, anything else before we go?
Well, I'm also, as well as Saturday night's amazing event, Sunday, 11 to 12:30, I will be at a Soul Awakening doing a crystal grid on body class, which is going to be really amazing.
That's so
So
cool.
if you haven't signed up yet for that, please do. The space is limited, and it's going to be really cool. Let's go get stoned.
Let's go get stoned. I love it.
Come
I
get
love
stoned.
it.
Just drive while meditating, and then we're going to come get stoned. Come on. There's a kava place just on the road, too, if we want to hit the
Let's
trifecta.
do
Hey,
it.
we're all divinely protected. We'll be just
Let's
fine.
do it.
Thank you.
It'll be a great time for all.
So Joanna, to get a copy of your book, you've got it on Kindle, and I did put the QR code out there for you guys on the page, so you can. It's super easy to
Yep.
download. We did that today, and we were
I
able to.
posted the link, too,
Yeah.
in the chat. So
Oh, and
shoot.
let me just throw out one
Yeah.
more possible save the date. Well, not possible because we are in the books to be at the Unitarian Church
Yes.
off of Daniels on November 15th, Fireside.
Yes,
for
that
another
event's not
round
quite
of the
created yet, but it'll
Phoenix.
be there soon.
We're going to work maybe Phoenix. We're in the Fireside. You got a
Yeah.
labyrinth to walk there. It's going to be amazing. So save the
I
date.
think we're going to be able to have a
November
bonfire out there,
15th.
too, aren't we?
We're going to have fire. We're going to be around the fire pit. Around the fire pit. And, like I said, you can go walk the labyrinth door in the entrance with your headset and the beautiful sounds playing.
Yeah, that is one of the things that's amazing about what we put together is, it's wireless headsets. So, people can realize, hey, I can go wandering around a little bit, and some of it is, the first portion of it is music that's very, very meditative, very, very relaxing. I mean, a great kind of music to have in your head where you just wander around
Uplifting,
and enjoy the
grounding,
lift.
and
All of
And
those
all of
healing,
the
things.
because it's
above.
got the
You know, and
binaural
then
beats in there too.
Mhm.
So.
and then we have the sound bath, and then we have the actual breath work
Yeah.
where you want to be laying down for the breath work, of course.
Yes.
But the rest of that hour that you can just meditate wherever you like. You can
Mhm.
find your space. You can wander around a little bit. I mean, whatever strikes you,
If
whatever
you want to
feels.
journal, if you want to do whatever you want to do, whatever that's your moment.
Yeah.
That's your time. And we're there together to support you and be there. And then we come together and then we hear the sound bowls and then do the breath work together. And like I said, and then we celebrate because we really did. We celebrated last time. I think there was a little
Yeah.
dancing after because we were all
Oh my
excited about it.
goodness. Yeah, it was beautiful.
And Anna even pulled out the big bowl and had people standing in it. and
Yeah.
getting
Yeah, I'll be
the,
bringing the big Tibetan, stand in the bowl,
Stand
get
in the bowl.
realigned,
Yeah.
set my grid. Yeah, and even though we have a lot of sounds recorded, I'm still playing live. Sean's got mics on all my instruments. I'm still mic where I can wander with my instruments and play over body. You're still getting everything, every bit of
No,
everything.
I would say you're getting a lot more.
Yeah.
There's no
And
way
then
you,
so
there's no
much
way you
more.
could play as many times as people are going to hear at the same time without this.
It's and it really is never the same.
It's such a wonderful way to raise your frequency. If we could only learn how to stay in that space, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Being in that moment, because when we raise our frequency, the veil gets thin. We can have
Mm,
really good clarity about what guidance is coming in
right.
when we have that happening. So, yeah, that sounds. I just can't wait. I mean, I love Anna's sound baths. I've been blessed with going to a couple of them.
I love
Oh,
that.
Well,
thank you.
the sound
And-
bath portion that Anna plays, imagining Anna's sound bowls and that experience coming at you 5 times at once. That's what we're able to create in this
And
event.
anytime we are in any kind of healing experiences or anything like that, that stays with us for at least 24 hours, depending on how we receive it and how we hold on to it. But you're guaranteed at least 24 hours after that.
Mhm.
I love that. And what you just said about the frequency is 100% because like when we started the Journey Frequencies radio station, that was one of the things that we had struggled with because we were looking, we're looking for paths of enlightenment. We're looking for paths of connection. And then real life like drags you down sometimes because it's hard to get away from all the negative all the time. You turn on the radio, you turn on the TV, it's everywhere. So we're like, how do you get away from this? And then when we created the Journey Frequencies, it was like that uplifting, grounding.
And then we play 936.
Having all the different frequencies that he puts in, the binaural beats behind a lot of the music, and it's all day 24/7. So I'll have it just playing in my lanai, and all of a sudden, like I feel better. I'm like, I feel good right now. I like this song. Like this is a
Well,
a song
and
I
there's
connect
also a
with.
radio station for Journey, which you can listen to it all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, and I even have it in my car. So
Me too. Me too.
I'll be driving around just singing that.
Yeah.
Like,
And every night at 8:30, wind down with Anna's bowl.
that's it. And
We're coming up on that time.
Yeah. So, and I'm glad that you said that. So now you know. So when you raise your frequency, the veil gets thinner. So there you
I
go.
already knew that. What are you talking about now? I
That's
know.
where we want to
Yeah,
be.
you're looking at the camera or you're looking at me? Because I already knew that.
I'm looking at both of you with
Look at
each
both.
eye.
I'm loving
Yeah.
the sound of cranial with the Akashic, same time, 2 birds. It
Yes.
can't get much better than that.
That's got to be amazing too.
right?
I'm going to find out.
Yes, I'm in.
Joanna, we will be in contact with you soon. I appreciate you being on the show.
Yeah, other than the gallery, which people can get their feet wet if they've never experienced.
Well, we'll be
anything.
there.
Yeah. In about, I would say, early 2026, I'll be starting that class to train people to how to read their own Akashic records. And if they want to hang out their shingle to read the Akashic records for others, there'll be that training. And I'm really looking forward to that because after this many years of doing it and becoming a little bit not a little bit of an elder, becoming an elder, I need to pass on, the gifts to others. So I'm really excited about teaching that class.
I love
We look
that.
forward to it.
Beautiful. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you so much. And thank
So
you
much
to
love
everybody
to
that
you.
popped in as well. We appreciate you guys. Great questions. Keep coming back because I love having these conversations. And I feel that this is the way that we grow, is by being able to talk about these very, very different experiences and talking to people that actually can help us and guide us in the right direction because it does get confusing sometimes. So thank you so much, Joanna. Like it was just a wonderful speaking to you. Reading your book was amazing, and I do recommend. It's a really you definitely wrote that book in a way that is very easy to understand and very interesting, and you feel the love that comes from it. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Sean and Betty, for having me here. Thank you, Anna, because you being here definitely added to my comfort level.
Oh, thank you. My pleasure. It's always a blessing to spend time with you.
Absolutely. Hi, Tisha. She says sorry she's late, but she's excited to learn about it. You can always watch us back on the rewinds.
We'll see you at the gallery.
Yes, and we'll see you. We'll see you there
And
I think-
Saturday.
and Saturday too. So
And this will also be posted on the podcast site here soon too. So
yes.
Okay.
So check us out any way that you like to listen. Find us The Journey, and you can listen to all of our episodes, including this one.
I'm
Yay.
so grateful that you invited me on to do this.
Me
we
too.
appreciate you coming. Have a good night, everybody. And as
Good
Journey would
night.
say, stay sovereign.
Stay sovereign.
Stay sovereign. Much love. Peace out.
Here we go.
That was
We are the seekers, barefoot and wide-eyed, with hands to the sky and questions inside. We follow the whisper, the ache in our bones, not for answers but to feel we're not alone. This is the journey, not a map but a spark. We walk the unknown with wide open hearts, sharing the moments, the shift and the sign, so you don't have to walk it alone this time.
We try the old way,